Thank you very, very much. Thanks, everybody. Hey, thank you. Wow. Hey, thank you all so very, very much for coming out to the Chapmans and all the neighbors of Germantown Elementary, to all of you. I know it's hot, so I have 40 pages of remarks. I'm going to shrink them down for the sake of staying a little cooler in the heat and nobody falls out here. But I do want to thank Lieutenant Governor Brown for his leadership. Anthony and I were here 4 years ago in the cold, and when we announced this commitment to school construction. And this commitment would not have been fulfilled were it not for your neighbor, were it not for Mike Bush and his commitment as Speaker of the House to get us moving forward and not back. So Speaker Bush, thank you for your leadership.
Thank you, Governor.
And to everyone with the Homewood Civic Association. It's great to be back at Germantown Elementary, where that commitment was made, and now you see that commitment is being fulfilled. You see it being fulfilled here because 4 years ago, Anthony Brown and I stood in front of this very school and talked about the crisis that we were facing in school construction, about the numbers of our children increasingly that were going to school in temporary learning shacks. And we said that a stronger Maryland can do better. And that's what we have done. We have moved forward after chronic underfunding of school construction by the previous administration. Today, thanks to Mike Bush, thanks to the leadership of the men and women of the General Assembly, thanks to parents, thanks to teachers, thanks to citizens, we are moving forward on a brand new school building for Germantown Elementary. And our priority has to be on moving our state out of this recession, on creating jobs, saving jobs, retaining jobs, so that we can move our state forward and not back. But public education is the single most important investment we can make in our state's greatest job-creating potential. So that's why we're choosing in these tough times to make the record investments that we've made in public education that have helped us to build that #1 ranked school system in America so that we can move forward, not back. It's why we've chosen to fully fund Thornton, why we've chosen to fully fund GCEI, I think for the first time in Maryland history, why we've done these things even at the same time that we have cut state spending overall by $5.6 billion. It's why we've chosen not only to meet the commitments, the minimum commitments of $250 million a year under the COP Commission's recommendations, but it's also why we have done even better with a $1.3 billion investment over 4 years for school construction. What we've done together has been done in far tougher times. We have been able to do more for the students of our state. We need to continue what we've started and continue to meet the COP recommendations for the next 4 years ahead, and hopefully with better and stronger partnerships with our local education associations to be able to move forward with some new ideas that help us to go even further. So today I wanted to share with you 3 things we're proposing for the 4 years that we are looking at ahead of us as a people as we make this important decision about whether we move forward or whether we go back. Number 1, we are committing to sustaining the COP recommendations for the next 4 years with at least $1 billion in new construction invested. Secondly, we are going to be much more aggressive with our local partners and the local school boards to secure additional dollars through alternative financing strategies like leasebacks, sale-leasebacks, performance-based contracting, and public-private partnerships. We're seeing leaseback strategies working now in Washington County, where a new art school was built only because of new financing agreements in leaseback systems, partnering with the city of Hagerstown and a nonprofit development corporation that was set up to get that done. Thirdly, we want to help our schools get more out of every dollar we invest by making our school buildings, especially our older buildings, more energy efficient now. So with jobs and our economic recovery on the line, we can't afford to slip back. We need to continue to invest. That's what a AAA bond rating, that's what fiscal responsibility, that's what's putting education first allows us to be able to do. The days when the COP recommendations were routinely ignored are behind us. We want them to continue to be a thing of our past, and we want better, more timely school construction for our children's needs in the future, don't we? And especially in these challenging times, school construction, the capital budget, that AAA bond rating, one of only 8 in the nation, has to work for working families. Put people back to work, get children into better classrooms and better schools in order to move public education forward so that we can continue to move our state forward. Look, these have been difficult years, but these are also years when Maryland's leadership has really moved to the forefront. Life science, biotech, technology, security, and yes, public education, which is the foundation of the innovation economy that we are building, not only to create a better future for our country and this world, but to create better jobs for moms and dads here and now, and better jobs for our children for tomorrow. And it all starts with living up to our responsibilities to fund public education in the time we have. Thanks very, very much.